Welcome to the House Files, a podcast about building a triplex in Portland, Oregon.
Which exists mostly to talk you out of doing it.
So we changed things since last time you heard about how the frame is.
Yeah, the framing was done, quote unquote done, and we started walking through it, and
Also, some plumbing got run. Not like the actual...
not like the plumbing, but the drains, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the drains got put in, rough in, I guess that's what that is, and started walking through it and doing more planning of like our cabinets and stuff like that, and realizing that we just need to make a couple of tweaks here and there to the framing.
Yeah.
And I think we've hinted at a couple of these in some past episodes, but we wanted to actually do a full explanation of all the changes that we have made from the plans to what was originally framed to what now is done.
Okay, rapid fire. First floor, any framing changes?
Yes. In the first floor. This is actually the contractor's suggestion. So in the first floor, there's like this long hallway that you go to the far most back bedroom. And that hallway, on the way there, you leave the kitchen, you have the entry to one bedroom, the washer, dryer, a closet, and then the door to the next bedroom. And it was getting pretty small. I think there may have been some miscommunication around something having to do with the outside wall widths, because there's basically like two walls on the outside wall there. And my mom mentioned that the kitchen was shorter than she had thought it was going to be. So something went wrong and it ended up feeling just a little bit too narrow. So they came up with a plan for essentially widening the hallway. And well, the other problem with the way that the plans were drawn is the bedroom ended up being a little bit weird with the closet layout. And it was like this kind of a weird corner closet situation. So now what is framed in is the hallway is slightly wider. The washer is in a slightly different spot to make room for it. But also the closet in the bedroom is actually on a different wall, butting up against like back to back with the washer and dryer.
It feels a lot better. It flows a lot better.
It makes a lot more sense.
There's no other framing changes on the ground floor unit.
Nope.
So, but there's a framing change on the second story unit, but on the ground floor.
Yeah. So let's go to unit B, middle unit, and walk in the front door,
which is kind of like a split level unit.
Yeah.
It has like a ground floor living room kind of area.
On that floor, there was a mistake made somewhere along the way that the foundation was poured too low. So essentially they needed to build an extra step to get up to the main floor for that unit. And that extra step means you have to go an extra step longer also, which then meant the bottom of that run was too close to the wall to put a closet there, because you basically land down on the stairs and there'd be a closet in your face. So that was a weird mistake. What got built this week was a landing for that staircase to raise the bottom step up one step so that there's more space for the closet.
It actually looks really good.
And it looks really good. It's got this nice little angle on the corner, and it's not really wasting any space because you couldn't do anything with that space anyway. It wasn't like you were going to put anything there at the end of the staircase. So it makes a ton of sense. I think it looks good. It'll kind of help, the flow from the staircase, which is up against that wall, flow into the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
The other change on the second floor unit, middle unit, is the kitchen. I don't know what happened, but when they built the wall on the right side of the kitchen, which is the wall between the kitchen and the bathroom, the door was too close to the outside wall, and it wasn't deep enough to put cabinets there.
Oh.
Which is really weird. No idea how that happened. So we had to change that because we need cabinets to go all the way up to that wall. So moving that door meant that all the stuff in the middle there didn't really make any sense anymore. So that whole thing got reconfigured. We used to have the washer and dryer facing the room, like the kitchen, I guess. And there was a closet perpendicular to the washer and dryer, which was about the same shape. So think like kind of a deep closet and not very wide. And that's all totally changed now. So the washer and dryer is moved into the bathroom and it opens to the bathroom. So now you go into the bathroom to do the laundry, which makes sense. And on the kitchen side, instead of the washer dryer and a small closet, it's now a much wider pantry that's a lot shallower, which is actually really good for a pantry because you don't want to lose your food in the 3 feet deep in a pantry. So I think that's improvement already.
Yeah. The only problem is that there's a pipe running in front of the pantry now.
Oh yeah. So this was one of the pipes that got put in the wall, and then we moved the wall. So now the pipe's in the wrong spot, but they'll fix that.
I like how you're so casual about them just re-punching holes in the floor.
Yep. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That's how I feel about everything.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize that houses are not as solid as I thought they were. All right, our unit.
Okay. So
more framing changes.
Quite a lot of framing changes.
Because our unit is a special snowflake.
It really is. So let's walk in our front door. And the first thing we did was, as we were planning out the cabinets for the entryway, realized that we would like actually the cabinets to go up to the wall, and there was a window there, which it would block, which wouldn't look good. And this is the entryway. It's 3 stories tall, most of which is windows. That one extra little window isn't doing a lot of work. So we were just like, let's just take out the window. So now that's boarded up. That will no longer be a window anymore, and it is our cabinets can go all the way to the wall. And I don't think we're gonna miss it.
I hope we won't miss it.
Yeah. Also, while we're here in the entryway, if you look up, the arched window for your office is now actually cut out, and it looks really good.
It looks really good. Yeah. I'm so excited about it. It will have glass in it. Like the window is not in, but the frame is cut out for it.
We actually have this physical window that does not have glass in it, but we're going to use that window, clean it up. It needs a lot of work, but clean it up and then get glass to put into it. And that will be the window between the office and the entry.
I'm stoked on it.
Yeah. So while we're up in the office, let's go up the stairs, walk into the office. Couple of changes here. The window, obviously, you can see that looks really nice now, and it lets in a lot of light into the office in a way that it did not before. It looked like a dark cave without that window there. But minor change, which I think is going to be really important in the future, the doorway to the office was pretty close to the wall with a window on it. And there was not much room between the wall and the door, certainly not enough to put a desk or anything other than a very small piece of bookshelf or something.
Yeah.
So we moved the doorway away from the wall so that it's far enough away that you could actually put a desk on that entire window, along the entire window wall if you wanted. That's not your plan for your layout currently, but now it's an option.
Yep.
So I don't think we're going to regret that decision. A couple of the weird things that it has ripple effects. Moving the door meant that the wall, which again has a pipe in it, is in the wrong spot. So that wall is the inside of the closet, and that means the closet is shrinking. So we're moving that wall about a foot, shrinks the closet by about a foot. One of the other slightly weird things that it does, which I think will be okay, is it used to be that the bathroom door and that wall were on the same plane, and now there's like a jog. So the bathroom door is closer to the stairs than the wall of your office. I think it'll be fine. I don't know, but yeah. Also in the closet, instead of the like bifold style double wide door, we're actually going to do a pocket door now. And what that does is it means that there's a solid wall up against the bench seating that you're going to have there.
So you can lean on either side. You'll be able to lean against the cabinet, or you'll be able to lean against it'll make it a cozy nook, I hope.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm pretty happy with that. The one thing it does change about the closet is because it's a pocket door, you're going to kind of walk into the closet to use it rather than treating it like a closet you'd be standing in front of and accessing the shelves.
Yeah. But I think that'll work well actually for an office closet as opposed to because that's the kind of storage you need in an office, and like not like closed storage. Yeah.
Right. And like you're going to have back stock of inventory and stuff that you're going to want to put high and up and back out of the way.
Yeah.
So I think that'll work. Okay. On this level, it's not necessarily a change,
but they finished it.
This was the plan all along, was this under the stair phone booth / office / litter box,
Yeah.
which is a weird,
sounds like a terrible combo.
like a terrible combo.
But they're on different sides of the wall.
Yeah. So this was always the plan, and the original drawings didn't have it quite right, and I kind of been refining it in my head for a while, and finally got it sketched out on paper. I made a 3D model of the whole landing area in order to do these drawings to give the measurements to the builders to be able to do that framing, because it was very complicated to describe. I kept trying to describe it to anybody and being like, yeah, we're going to have this little, box under here open from this side and this side where this wall is going to come down that lands on the middle of it. So we need a platform there. And it's hard to describe until you see it, and then it makes perfect sense. So I did a 3D drawing of it, showed it, sent all that over there, and they built it exactly like I had pictured. It's amazing.
Yeah. You knowing how to use that 3D drawing software has started to already save our butt.
Yep, absolutely. Sure. So I'm super excited about this situation. So you're going to walk in the bathroom side. You're going to have a little drawer on the floor to pull out, and it'll pull out the entire litter box tray into the bathroom so you can scoop it into the toilet. Shove the back under. From the hallway side, there'll be a little arched cat door matching the arched windows. And that's how the cat will get into the litter box. And then we can walk into this door that goes under the stairs. And now there's like a little shelf, which is actually about at bench height. So we can actually sit on it, for one, take a phone call there. And I want to have a built-in desk that like folds down so that you could also fold this desk down, put a laptop on it, and then use it to take video calls.
What is our plan for ventilation to make sure the cat box fumes do not come into the...
Well, it's a separate room, right? Because the cat box is like open to the bathroom side with the drawer.
We're going to have those little odor keeper things, though, maybe in the ceiling of the cat box area, though.
Yeah. Maybe we need to actually plan in some a little duct for some ventilation.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But I'm super excited about the tiny little phone booth. That's also where the network rack goes, under the stairs in the back.
Okay. And final framing changes upstairs.
Yeah. So let's walk up another flight of stairs to the main part of the house.
There wasn't that much on this floor, I don't think.
Yeah, surprisingly. The big thing, obvious thing, is we took out the closet in the karaoke room.
Yeah.
Which I think is the right call.
I think it's the right call. It is.
We were already struggling to figure out what to use the closet for as we were trying to set up this room in our heads. So,
yeah.
And it was definitely like, it wasn't in a great spot because you open the door and it's right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And that door is going to be our secret bookcase door.
Right. Which is, maybe that's too secret. You walk in, and there's immediately a wall.
Yeah. So I think we're good with that. But backing up a little bit, this wall, we're going to have this arched bookcases along this one wall. Originally, there was only about 7 inches deep because of just the way that the walls lined up. And that's really not that deep for a shelf. It's purely a decorative shelf at that point, right? Not really functional. And we started thinking like, it'd be nice if we could actually use it to store slightly larger things. And we ended up adding just this couple of inches to be able to turn that into a 12-inch deep area. So the wall on the right side is now 12 inches. And then on the left, there is this weird little notch kind of thing that you can see, which we will see, but it'll look more like the bookcase. I don't know. I think it'll work out. I'm not too worried about it.
I'm not worried about it.
It's not blocking the rest of like the hallway into the bedroom.
It's very open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other big change in this room is the new half wall, which was not in the original plans. They had actually, the original framing crew that did most of the work had actually built this part to hold up the stair landing. So only that little part was already framed in. And I saw that at one point. I was like, that wasn't in the plans, but actually I think it makes sense. And then they took it out because the builder was like, oh, you did it wrong because in the plans there's no wall there. So they had taken it out. And then I told them, I was like, actually, I think we should do a half wall here. And they did. So now it's there.
It makes sense. It's like for furniture and stuff. You can have stuff along the half wall, but it's like weird to put it if there's no wall there.
Yeah, because it would have been a railing either like the original plans had a glass railing there, which is it does make me a little bit nervous putting like a couch up against it.
Yeah.
Or in our new version of the stairwell, the tall vertical wood slats that will go there, which would look cool. But I think that having it be a wall there is going to be more usable.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
We can put outlets on that part of the wall, for example.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, one of the other things while we're here, I just remembered if we're looking at our wet bar, right to the left of it is this new, slightly wider bit of wall for the 12-inch deep cabinet. And that, I'm pretty sure, that is where the video doorbell is going to go.
Oh.
Because it's like in the center of the entire room. So if you're in the kitchen or if you're in the living room, it's not a large run to get over there.
I'm not totally in love with the idea of having a video doorbell, but I admit that it is the future. And also, we have a lot of stairs, so I don't particularly want to go downstairs unless I can see who it is.
Well, also, it's not just a doorbell. It's also going to have a door release button. Yeah. So if you want to let somebody in, you can just push the button and unlock the door.
Yeah.
So
that
sounds better than trying to race down 3 flights of stairs to let somebody in.
Yeah. And we are going to have a package locker anyway, so we won't have to interact with people won't have to wait for us to go down 3 stories of stairs for like delivering packages and stuff. Yep. And was there anything in the bathroom?
I don't think the bathroom has changed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Last one. We've talked about our closet already, which didn't really change framing wise, but the double door in the bedroom to the patio. Oh, originally, it was a door and a window, and you were pretty set on having it be French doors.
I just think it's going to look pretty.
I think it is going to look pretty.
It's going to look like my having breakfast on my balcony in Paris kind of fantasies. Yep. So I hope I'm not wrong.
Yeah. But that is, they did come in and took out the framing there, so now it's open to be able to put the door in.
I feel like I'm just making it all up and the points don't matter at this point. Ugh. All right. Well, that is all of what is happening with the framing.
Yeah.
Here's your walkthrough of the framing. And we will see you all. Hopefully next time maybe things will be drier. And
maybe the windows will be in next time.
Yeah. Maybe the windows will be in. All right. Bye. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. And until next time.
Don't build a triplex.